There's a poem called In Flanders Fields, and it was written by a gentleman named Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae. He was a doctor, and he was with the British Army. World War I. He's in Belgium most of the time. Of course, Flanders is in Belgium. The Battle of Ypres, or Wipers, as you'll hear it called. It was one of these horrible, horrible places. I mean, it was just, the slaughter was incredible that was going on. He was a Canadian poet, physician, author, artist, and soldier, and a surgeon during the Second Battle of Ypres in Belgium. And on January the 28th, 1918, while he was commanding the No. 3 Canadian General Hospital at Boulogne, McCrae died of pneumonia with extensive pneumococcus meningitis. Doc Smith, you'll understand what they're talking about there. Extensive. He was buried the following day in the Commonwealth War Graves Commission section of Wilmerose Cemetery, just a couple of kilometers up the coast from Boulogne, with full military honors. His flag-draped coffin was borne on a gun carriage, the caissons, like David was talking about at Fort Sam, which you would see there. And the mourners, who included Sir Arthur Currie and many of McCrae's friends and staff. And this is one, Erica, where you'll think of it. Anybody seen the movie War Horse?
Yes.
Or the play or anything else? In a relation to it, he was preceded by McCrae's charger, who was called Bonfire, with McCrae's boots reversed in stirrups. Bonfire was with McCrae from Valcartier, Quebec. He brought this horse from Canada with him until his death, and was much loved. And unlike a lot of the graves that you will see in either Flanders or in Normandy, anywhere you go over there, Verdun was one where I went over in France. Unlike there, the gravestones are flat because of the sandy soil there. They won't stand upright, so they're all placed flat, like you'll see in some places. But they, instead of crosses, they look like the gravestones that you would see, say, at Fort Sam or the typical U.S. military cemetery. They're flat stones. And so this was written by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, 1872 to 1918. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the lark, still bravely singing, flies scarce heard amidst the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. Now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields. Song by Eric Bogle, great Australian singer-songwriter. He visited those fields in Flanders. Then he wrote this song called The Green Fields of France, also called Willie McBride, but it was about asking questions, just what was it for? How do you do, Private William McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while neath the warm summer sun? Been walking all day, I'm nearly done. I see by your gravestone you're only 19 when you joined the great fallen back in 1916. I hope you died quick, I hope you died clean. Or young Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? How did you leave a wife or a sweetheart behind? In some faithful heart is your memory enshrined. Although you died back in 1916, in that faithful heart are you forever 19? Or are you a stranger without even a name, enclosed and forever behind the glass pane, in an old photograph, torn and battered and stained, faded to yellow in a brown leather frame? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipe play the flowers of the forest? The sun now it shines on the green fields of France. The warm summer breeze makes the red poppies dance. See how the sun shines up from under the clouds. No gas, no barbed wire, there's no guns firing now. But here in this graveyard, it's still no man's land. The countless white crosses in mute witness stand to man blind indifference to his fellow man. The whole generation that was butchered and damned. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipe play the flowers of the forest? Now young Willie McBride, I can't help wonder why do all those who lie here, now why did they die? Did they believe when they answered the call? Did they truly believe that this war would end war? The sorrow, the suffering, the glory, the pain, the killing and the dying were all done in vain for young Willie McBride. It all happened again and again and again and again and again. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? The bugle sing the last post chorus? Did the pipe play the flowers of the forest? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er you as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post chorus? Did the pipe play the flowers of the forest? Thank you very much. Do one more. I'm going to finish. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as sets are concerned, whether we pause or take breaks or not. We may just play right on through. We got songs to sing. We got stories to tell. not proud or tired. This is another song by Eric Bogle. Well, the first part isn't. The second part is. Feel free to sing along this first one. Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolibah tree, and he laughed as he watched and waited till his billy boy would come waltzing Matilda with me. Sing it! Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he laughed as he watched and waited till his billy boy would come a waltzing Matilda with me. Up jumped up came a jumper to drink out at the billabong. Up jumped the swag man and grabbed him with glee, and he put that jolly jumper deep inside his tucker bag. So come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he put that jolly jumper deep inside his tucker bag. Come a waltzing Matilda with me. Up came the ranger, seated as Mr. Bread. Up the deputies, 1, 2, and 3. Ah, where's that jolly jumper that you put in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Ah, where's that jolly jumper that you put in your tucker bag? You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Up jumped the swag man, sprang into the billabong. You'll never take me alive, cried he. Now his ghost can be heard if you pass right by that billabong. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. When I was a young man, I carried my pack and I led the free life of a rover. From the Meary's green basin to the dusty outback, I waltzed my Matilda all over. And in 1916, my country said, son, it's time to quit rambling, there's work to be done. So they gave me a tin hat, they gave me a gun, and they sent me away to the war. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as the ship pulled away from the quay. Amid all the cheers, flag waving and tears, we sailed off for Gallipoli. Well, I remember a terrible day when our blood stained the sands and the water. How in that hell that they call Suvla Bay, we were butchered like lambs at the slaughter. Johnny Turk, he was ready, he primed himself well. He rained us with bullets and he showered us with shells. And in 5 minutes flat, we were all blown to hell. Neither blew us back home to Australia. But the band played Waltzing Matilda as we stopped to bury our slain. We buried ours and the Turks buried theirs, and we started all over again. Those that were living just trying to survive in that mad world of blood, death and fire. And for 9 weary weeks I kept myself alive, while around me the corpses piled higher. And a big Turkish shell knocked me arse overhead when I awoke in my hospital bed. When I saw what it done, wished I was dead. Never knew there was worse things than dying. For no more would a waltzing Matilda all around the green bush far and near. For the hunting pegs, man needs both legs. No waltzing Matilda for me. They collected the wounded, dying and the lame. They shipped us back home to Australia. The armless, the legless, the blind, the insane, those poor wounded heroes of Suvla. As the ship pulled in to that circular quay, I looked at the place where my legs used to be. I thank Christ there was no one there waiting for me to grieve and to mourn and to pity. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as they carried us down the gangway. Nobody cheered, they just stood there and stared, and they turned all their faces away. Now every April I sit on the porch and I watch the parade pass before me, and I see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reliving their dreams of past glory. And I see the old soldiers of time's different sword, the forgotten heroes of a forgotten war, and the young people ask, what are they marching for? And I ask myself the same question. But the band plays Waltzing Matilda, and the old men still answer the call. But year after year, their numbers are fewer. Someday no one will march there at all. Waltzing Matilda, Waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me, and his voice can be heard if you pass right by that billboard. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Thank you very much. We'll take a short pause.
You gotta get up in the morning.
You got to get up in the morning.
Thank you very much. No.
Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for playing for us tonight. This was cool.
Thank you to David Sutherland and Harold Sutherland. Grace Sutherland here with us tonight. Give them a hand.
Even if it did turn into
Veterans all. I'm going to put on another string here. Oh my goodness, I broke my G string.
Is it your G string again?